In the last video that I uploaded about 7 months ago, I was having problems with my IC-735 and the PLL coming unlocked. Now, I didn't know the PLL was coming unlocked until some major discussion with some fellow amateur radio friends. But seeing as I found the solution to the problem, I figured I'd post the solution to YouTube. So the problem before was that, and I have the volume turned down here so that way you don't have to listen to all the static, was that at hold on, let's unlock that, at like when the hundreds of kilohertz would turn over, like say right here, to go from say 699.9 to 7, for some reason, there was a dead band between somewhere around point, or like any number 81, and then all the way up to any number 99.9, and then it would come back on again. And just to show you, everything works fine now, so I can tune all the way through all that. There's even a few little squeaks in the background there. But anyway, the problem was that the PLL was coming unlocked. The PLL on this works every 100, it's either 100 hertz or 100 kilohertz. So right there's the 100 kilohertz place. So it makes sense that every time it would refresh every 100 kilohertz. So from here, another 100 kilohertz would be all the way up to there. So that's 100 kilohertz. And it would have a dead space every 100 kilohertz, the exact same width, the exact same results, like nothing could receive, nothing could transmit. So, it turned out to be an inductor. Now, this inductor, according to the manual, you had to adjust this inductor. But this inductor appeared to be hot glued in place. And it wasn't like this little thing that you could stick a screwdriver in and move a little ferrite up and down in. It's not an IF inductor slash transformer. It was just a bunch of turns of wire. And it's located in the back corner on the, like you take this cover off and then you take the PA unit off. And that is where the inductor is. It's in a little box. You have to unsolder two corners to lift the cover off. But what I was wondering, I couldn't quite wrap my mind around adjusting this inductor, because I mean it looks to be a fixed inductor. But it turns out that before I go any further, there's a resistor that you take a measurement from, and that's the voltage of the PLL unit. And as I spread the inductor, that voltage would go up, and as I collapse the inductor, that voltage would go down. On if we left it on this frequency and adjusted it. Now as you move the frequency, the voltage also varies. So what was happening, if you watched the previous video with my oscilloscope in use, the voltage would go down to a certain point, and then it would run, I guess you could say, run out of voltage, and the PLL would come unlocked because there wasn't enough voltage to keep it going, or wasn't enough power to keep it going. So by spreading this inductor, you allowed more power in, and thus kept the PLL from coming unlocked. So just by spreading that capacitor, it looks like it's in hot glue, it looks like it's unadjustable, but in fact it is. It solved the problem of the dead spots. So I figured I'd just post that, and the radio's been working fine ever since. I've used it, and it outputs quite nicely. It has nice sound, and on an unrelated note, whoever owned it before me adjusted the speech compressor quite well, because I was told that by one person that it was the first time he ever heard a speech compressor that did a good job. But that was the problem. You just have to spread that inductor to raise the voltage, or if your voltages are too high for your specifications, you have to collapse it. Now I found that I was stretching it, but my voltages never actually reached their required specifications. But it appears to work, and it doesn't drift, so I'm going to, I guess you could say, hedge my bet on that. So that's it, and thank you. This is from VE2HKW.